Hello, thank you for joining me on my 365-day note writing journey. Welcome. My name is Anna Dalman and I am on day number 295 of note writing. Now, yesterday when I did a review of the week, I said I didn't know exactly what I wanted to focus on this week, and that I thought maybe I had an idea but wasn't exactly sure. Now, yesterday morning I was thinking of, it was Sunday and church is normal for many people, and however many Christians do not have a good, nice church to go to. Some people don't go to church because they are not mobile. They're not able to, it's too far. They don't have the money to spend to use public transportation to get there, or they have a disability, or they're old and they are shut-ins for whatever reason. They're not able to go. And so this morning when I woke up, I thought, wouldn't it be a good thing to focus on dwelling in the house of the Lord? And what does that really mean to us as believers? Furthermore, if our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, that is the dwelling of the Lord. That is where He dwells with us, and He becomes our reason for living and functioning. And then the more I thought about that, I just needed to take a step back and look at my functioning just objectively, because it is day 295 and 365 days is just around the corner. I'm 5 days away from 300 days, and the next 2.5 months will just go before I know it, and it will already be 365 days and I wouldn't have met all my objectives. So my note for today is, it's time to stop, review, and get back to basics of daily living. What are the goals? What is the plan to achieve it? What is my checklist? And is your living plan a good one for the alone you? Now, last week when I was chatting about children and train up a child in the way it should go, and that we are children of God, and the true picture of our faith and who we are as believers is when we are alone. It's when we are without anybody around to see us, approve of us, disapprove of us. When you're alone, by yourself, what is the reality of your thoughts and how you are functioning and living out those thoughts without anybody else, you and God alone? And then I thought, is He truly dwelling with you when you're all alone? Is your aloneness truly a comfortable place for Him to dwell and be with you, and His presence there to comfort you? Now, surely you may think, well, of course, He's God. He's forgiven me everything. His grace is covering all and everything, and it doesn't matter. He's going to be there. Friends, if your dwelling place, that deep core in your heart, is not a sweet, congenial place, He doesn't want to be there. Why should He? And you know that when you are in the doldrums or in the negative mindset, you don't want to be with yourself either. So why would you expect God in your ickiness and your yuckiness to want to be there as well? The more I thought about it, the more I needed to take a look at this. So in Psalm 23:6 and 27:4, dwell in the house of the Lord. Now the one says may and the other one says shall. So I won't look at that today. All I wanted to look at was dwell. What does dwell mean, and what is the house of the Lord? And that goes back to your Sunday, to your church, to what does that mean as well? And that's part of the book I'm working on. What does it truly mean for you to get through those difficult church situations in life, and to be at comfort with your not having a church to go to know it's okay in God, in Christ, for the season of life you are in. So let's take a look at it. So what does it mean to dwell in the house? It's a place where you can sit down. Now friends, you don't go sitting down in places that are uncomfortable. When you're sitting down comfortably, it means that you're relaxed and it's a pleasant place. The surroundings are known to you. you safe and secure. It's a place where you're confident to remain, to sit down for a while and linger there. It's a place where you settle down as with family. You are so relaxed being there, and it's so congenial and caring that everything there is okay with you. It's a place where you can endure, where you can, with the word endurance, it means that the trials surrounding your home life is a place where you can endure, be long lasting. To dwell, it means a place that you make to dwell, where you make it something nice to live in. That's what it means. Now, that is just, I'm talking about the experience, the practicalities. But is your heart any of this? Does God truly want to sit down, to remain, to settle down with you as though you are his child? Do you know what it takes to make you that? Is he living with you eternally? Are you living with him eternally? We need to ask those questions. In the house of the Lord, what does that mean as well? Directly from the ancient texts and the explanation given, in the greatest variation of application, it's a place, and it's the broad spectrum of that means it can be a cave, a home, a house for winter preparation. So that would be different to a home away from winter conditions. It could be a palace. That was one word that was used, but primarily in the greatest variation of application, where family are. So whatever your home, your house is, where your family are, taking back to the dwelling, a place of comfort where they can sit and work through in an enduring way with you. It's a place where you build a home, and especially for family, how you build it, how you cultivate it, how you strategize everything to make it home, a house. You set it up as a home, you make it a home, and you repair a home. You fix it as you go along, you make the correct changes so it remains welcoming, congenial, a place of endurance where family are. Now, family isn't always perfect, we know it, but that means where you working things out and you repairing things along the way. Is that what your understanding is? Is that what your heart, your soul, your inner functioning is? Whether you have a church family around you or not. So if this is your perspective and this is your comfort for Sunday, because God is dwelling with you, not only on the Lord's Day, Sunday, but every day of the week, you are in a winning position. You are safe. The reason I needed to examine all of this and just consider everything is, as I said, my time of my note writing is moving along, and I had this morning really berate myself. Well, not really berate myself. Just get yourself back on track, Anna. Get yourself back on track. Every Sunday, I chat with a friend of mine. We've been friends, as I've shared before, for 40 years. And I was saying to her that on my Facebook feed a while ago, there was popped up a friend of mine from Southern California who's in a wheelchair. And I was she had a tank top on, and she's gained a lot of weight. And God bless her for her godliness and her faithfulness. But obviously she's not as much in shape as somebody who has complete use of their body. And she doesn't have any muscle tone. And as I was thinking about that, I was just looking at myself and my own body at this season. And I was deeply concerned because I've been trying to up my exercising. And I was sharing with my friend yesterday, I was doing knee lifts as I was walking, and I got to 50 and I couldn't do more. And it frustrated me because years ago, that was nothing. My goodness, I could walk up inclines, go hiking, do everything, step aerobics, all that kind of stuff. But now I looked more, my muscle tone was more like my friend who is in a wheelchair. than I'd ever seen anything before in my life. Now, sure, if you're new here and you don't know the history, I started sharing this on YouTube to get my entire life back on track after years of immobility, of surgery. After I'd had my surgery, it was 3 months before I could come down to my apartment. I couldn't do the stairs. Prior to the surgery, I couldn't walk across the street without being out of breath. So after surgery, it was 3 months before I could even come down the few stairs, the 10, 12 stairs to my apartment. Physically, I just couldn't do it. It took another 6 months before my lung capacity was anything worthwhile doing. At the same time, obviously, I couldn't walk around as much as I would like to. It's now, in August, it will be 2 years since I've had the surgery. Now, I've heard that major abdominal surgeries can take 2 years. And if you had told me that many, many years ago, I would have thought, somebody's making an excuse. They're not really trying to recover. Well, that means I need to eat humble pie, because I have done everything I can, but I still need to take it slow. So I'm on day 295. 365 days are coming up soon, and I need to get back on track. So I've made myself a little chart, and it's the top row 1 through to 31. Walk 3 times 15 minutes a day. Now I'm just going to have to walk outside in the garden, up and down and up and down. After breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 times a day, 15 minutes at a time. It's level. I can do it. I have to do it. With that, mingled into that, 3 times 25 knee lifts. So 3 times a day while I'm out walking, I can do it at the same time, 25 knee lifts. And then I need to rebound 3 times a day for 10 minutes. And when rebound, I say rebound, not any crazy jumping. That is not it. After last week, when I was trying to do the knee lifts as I was walking, I had great abdominal discomfort, and but I can do 25. I don't have to do 50 or 75 in one go. I can spread it out throughout the day, and that I can do, and that I will be holding myself accountable to do. Furthermore, if I say dwell in the house of the Lord, and I want him to dwell with me, and I want my life to be super functioning for his glory, I better get back on track with my Bible reading plan. So friends, I'm not going to most probably share it with you every day, because that gets kind of boring. If I talk, well, I did 25 knee lifts today, that gets kind of boring. I will maybe just touch on it, but I will look at all of this in a more detailed way as I start getting back into my Bible reading plan. I started off so well, and then as the days progress, I get off it. I don't do as much as I should, and I know I have to, because that's the foundation of all my functioning. So friends, I am just venting, but in that I am encouraging myself that I need to stop, and I need to take this more seriously than I have before, because I'm living in the hope of being an example to others. And in that hope of being an example, I want it to be one of encouragement, that we can overcome all these things. Now this morning we went out shopping, and while my sister and brother-in-law went off and did their thing, we had to go to a mall, I walked around quite a few times. Friends, last week I tried to do that, and for 45 minutes I did it. Not a good thing for me to do. I cannot do 45 minutes of fast walking yet. I will get back to it one day, because that I believe will glorify God, that he's really restored my life, not only spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but physically too, for his glory. So until tomorrow, I hope you will be back. Please like and subscribe, comment, be encouraged, join in on the journey, and we will grow together. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye bye for now.